I'm sure everyone here knows who Liberty Hangout is, right? I'm assuming. Caitlin Bennett. We all know the stories about Caitlin Bennett. The thing that I find confusing about Liberty Hangout is the fact that they've got the aesthetic of this, like the yellow and the black, anarcho-communism kind of colours. And they're not like anarcho-communist in any way, shape or form. Now, I've got a lot of criticisms of oh my God, I just said it all totally wrong. Anarcho-capitalism, not communism. Anarcho-capitalism. Yeah. I meant ANCAP. Sorry, I misspoke, okay? I misspoke, alright? I'm very focused and feeling it today, but I just misspoke. So, yeah, Liberty Hangout. What with the social media manager? Wait, hang on. You mean the guy? You mean the guy that was... He said he's black and he's actually white. He was doing actual digital blackface, not the kind that like libs complain about, but actually pretending to be a black person whilst being white online. Okay, so what caught my eye today? Well, I saw this video. So, goodbye YouTube. I was intrigued. Okay, so let's get watching this video. We've had enough mucking about. Let's watch the video, okay?
YouTube, as we know it, is now completely dead. And if you support Donald Trump...
YouTube, as we know it, is dead. That's a bold claim. Now, look. I've got some critiques. Some fair critiques of YouTube, but the idea that it's dead seems somewhat ridiculous.
Your days here are now numbered. To us here on the right, big tech censorship isn't anything new. For years now, they've been targeting conservatives and making those of us still left on here have to censor ourselves just to maintain a social media presence.
Yeah, you gotta censor yourself. You can't say the N-word on YouTube. Ridiculous. Actually, I'm actually memeing on that. Do you know you can actually say you're allowed to drop the N-bomb on YouTube? Just the word. You can say it if you want. It's just you can't monetize your video if you do. Right? But the N-word is technically allowed, as long as you don't use it directly at someone or something like that. YouTube is the true gamers platform, okay? So yeah, look. Of course, now look, I'm not here to defend YouTube, okay? But of course, you do need to censor yourself in order to upload YouTube videos to a certain degree, right? I have to censor myself in order to put videos onto YouTube. I can't just say whatever I want to say. I have to bear in mind the terms of service and what's allowed and what isn't allowed, okay? And also, I have to censor myself to make sure my video gets monetized. So, for example, in the first 30 seconds of any YouTube clip that I do, you'll notice that I don't swear at all. I never swear. I never do the Fs or the blind-ins. So, I am having to censor myself in order to make sure that my video gets monetized. So, of course, there's some degree of self-censorship you engage in when you upload videos to YouTube. This is silly.
They tried to be subtle about it for a while, but once the election came around, they took the mask off and went full-blown communist, hiding dozens.
Oh my god! Oh, is that because of my little mistake? That was good. God, I tell you what, that took me ages to do. I'm terrible at stuff like that. Anyway, let's continue. Sorry, we're getting distracted.
Of President Trump's tweets, labeling anything as misinformation, and fact-checking anything that challenges mainstream media narratives. But what YouTube just announced is so much worse than...
Okay, this is going to be about the banning of the election fraud, which we spoke about yesterday. Okay. Alright. But can I just be real for a second with you, okay? Can I be real for a second with you? I don't like YouTube. Hang on, wait. You know this already. You know what my position is on YouTube and stuff like that. You know, like for example, with the Twitter, like putting a note on Donald Trump's tweets. My position on that is, oh great. When are they rolling out to the rest of the politicians then? When are the rest of the politicians getting fact checked? It's just, it seems so clear to me that a lot of these decisions that are made by these tech platforms are politically motivated. They're not doing it because, you know, they're like, oh, we think this is the right thing to do. They're doing it because it's politically motivated, it's financially motivated. And that seems quite clear to me. And I think it's okay to point that out. Now, obviously, I disagree with the fact that, you know, the president is pushing electoral fraud nonsense. But it's like, you know, why are we just focusing on this, right? Do you see what I mean? Are we going to be fact-checking Joe Biden when he's in office then? Is that going to start happening? Right? Do you see my point? So yeah, I do get a bit frustrated with the way that this stuff tends to fall and the way this happens. But the thing is like, I find it difficult. Like, these people have got a different interest. These people have got a different interest in coming to this. And that is, they just want... But basically, if this was working the other way, and it was lefties that were getting censored, and it was lefties that were getting notifications on their tweets and all this kind of stuff, or there was some broad strand of leftist discourse that was disallowed from YouTube, right? I doubt very much that they would be so concerned to speak up about it, because these people don't have principles. What they normally do is, if it happens to a lefty or it happens on the other way, they just go, good, it's your own medicine, blah, 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 you know? No principles. Anyway, let's continue.
Any type of censorship we've seen before. They are now going to completely erase any content that challenges or questions the integrity of the 2020 election, and they boast having already banned thousands of accounts.
They're not gonna, no. What they said is they're going to, as of I think the 9th of December, I believe it was the 9th of December, they will basically, if any content is uploaded from the 9th of December onwards that suggests that it was widespread voter fraud that had an impact on the US election 2020, they said that they would remove the video. So the idea that they're going to erase, this seems to suggest that they're going to erase all of it. That is not correct.
According to YouTube's latest policy update, quote, since September, we've terminated over 8,000 channels and thousands of harmful and misleading elections-related...
Wait, what's this?
You're dumb.
Okay, Dario, thanks for that. And I agree with you. I am very dumb. Thank you. Hope you're good.
...videos for violating our existing policies. The policy update continues. We also work to make sure that the line between what is removed and what is allowed is drawn...
Wait, what's this? Right. Oh, yeah. Of course. Listen, just to be clear... Oh, for God's sake. Yeah. Just to be clear, yeah, election fraud is very rare. And of course, you know, my position is Donald Trump and his administration and actors within it, they've been pushing this narrative erroneously. It's not correct. It's inaccurate. And I guess the question becomes, it gets to the point of what is the actual best way to deal with this, you know? I don't know, because I don't know why paywalled. It's weird.
In the right place. Our policies prohibit misleading viewers about where and how to vote. We also disallow content alleging widespread fraud or errors change the outcome of a historical U.S. presidential election. However, in some cases, that has meant allowing controversial views on the outcome or process of counting votes of a current election as election officials have worked to finalize counts.
So one thing I'm kind of interested in with this policy, right? Let me just paint a picture for you, okay? Let me paint a picture. I'm just going to give you a hypothetical, okay? I'm going to give you a hypothetical. It's not slippery slope, it's just a hypothetical, okay? Let's say in 10 years' time... Wait, hang on, does that work? No, 12 years' time, sorry. Let's say in 12 years' time, things get a lot worse, right? And there is actually like an unironic fascist uprising that has a free and fair election, but they commit widespread fraud. Okay, let's say theoretically they commit widespread voter fraud to the degree that it means the election swings their way unfairly. Okay, and there's genuine evidence of it. It's suppressed, you know, etc., etc. You know, the genuine thing that happens is evidenced. You know, everything's out there, blah blah blah, and you see it, and it's true, and everything's right. What if at that point then YouTube used this policy to stifle any criticism of that? See what I mean? Like, what would happen then? What would we do then? my point and what I'm trying to elaborate there is just to give you an insight. Like, if that happened, like, that could have like a really significant impact on like bringing light to the subject, especially if we're 12 years down the line and think about how YouTube's used now and how it's grown and developed over the past 15 years, and think about what it's going to be like in 12 years time. And, you know, I don't know, it's just like, that's something that could potentially happen. Like, if there was a genuine fascist uprising in the United States and there was a fascist government in place, these companies could quite easily, well, what would probably happen is yeah, it would unironically be a 984, yeah. But these companies would obviously side with that administration, right? Like, for their own survival. These big companies would turn and they'd support that regime, you know? So it's just, you know, for me, it's just that question mark of like, what precedent does this set? Could this be used against us in the future, you know? But again, I spoke about this yesterday. It's not a case of siding with these people. These people are fucking stupid. It's not a case of going, oh yeah, these people are onto something. Right? So yeah, it's troubling. It's troubling, I guess, is the point. But then these people come along with their fucking baby brain takes. It's so annoying. So annoying.
And here's where things get really, really spooky. We will start removing any piece of content uploaded today or anytime after that misleads people by alleging that widespread fraud or errors changed the outcome of the 2020 US presidential election, in line with our approach towards historical US presidential elections. For example, we will remove videos claiming that a presidential candidate won the election due to widespread software glitches or counting errors. Those are awfully specific, YouTube. Effectively, what they are saying is that if you use YouTube
that's because those are the main strands of like conspiracy that have been pushed, right? Are you suggesting that corporations are only interested in power and profit? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay? As much as I love YouTube, YouTube is wonderful. Okay? It's still a megacorp, super megacorp. You know?
allege that anyone but Joe Biden won the 2020 election, you will be banned.
Wait. Hang on. No, wait, hang on. If you allege that anyone won the election but Joe Biden, it's also the ones that has been debunked, to be fair to YouTube. They don't actually remove videos post-debunked officially. Oh, the ones that have been debunked. Oh, right, okay, yeah, sure. What about Kamala Harris? Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems to be like quite an extreme reading of what's happening. It seems like they're just concerned about very specific aspects of voter fraud that are being pushed. I don't know.
Before they announced this policy update, it was already abundantly clear that YouTube was trying to stop the spread of pro-Trump content. In case you haven't noticed, our views on YouTube have recently
hang on. Trying to stop the spread of pro-Trump content? Are you fucking joking? That's ridiculous. I don't know about that. That's a very extraordinary claim. I'd need to see some extraordinary evidence in order to prove that. Like, where... Maybe she's going to tell us now. But, I don't know about that.
in a mere fraction of what we were getting just a month ago. Needless to say, it's going to be very difficult for me to keep uploading videos here to YouTube.
This is what they do. They point to... Okay, this is what's really annoying, right? They point to their own channel and go, we've got less views than we did before. And it's like, there's so many varying factors that go into your viewership, right? Now, the algorithm is obviously one aspect of that, and changes to the YouTube algorithm could, of course, affect how much your video appears, could potentially impact how many people click on it, etc., etc., etc. But there's a lot of other factors as well. Thumbnails, video title, video topics, how relevant is it? Is it something that's trending or not trending, etc., etc. There's a whole lot of factors that go into it. And that's the thing, sourcing support. Again, these people will... a month ago was the election. Yeah, I know. How did it go by so quickly? These are the people of personal responsibility, right? But they never actually reflect on that or do that when it's their sales that are in the firing line or under the spotlight of this stuff. It's always, oh, it's YouTube's fault. What happened to the personal responsibility? You know?
Even allowed to talk about anymore besides the weather. This is why it's more important than ever for you to join us over at libertyhangout.tv.
Oh, wait.
I can actually speak freely and not have to worry about censorship.
Wait, hang on. libertyhangout.tv. This seems to me like one of those things where what they essentially do is they say, hey, YouTube is trash, okay, they're censoring us. What you have to actually do is actually come to our website to get the real news. Kind of grifty, you know? Kind of grifty. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at this! The grift is real, sign up! Monthly, biannual, annual, oh my god. This is such a grift! Look at it! There's literally all it is, you click, that's all the website is! And look, you got this image here. They just want to get the Boomer Kumas. They want to get the Boomer Kumas on board. They want to get... Wait, what's this?
My name is Caitlin Bennett, and I'm the most hated conservative woman on the internet.
How do I turn it down? Oh my god! Oh my god, it's too loud, Forget it. What the hell was that about? No, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry about that. I didn't realise it was going to be so loud. Anyway, you get the idea. It's probably just like an advert for it, right? Yeah. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Oh, look at that, yeah. Playing the classics. Playing the greatest hits. Oh, yeah, I brought a gun to campus. Okay. And then just her. I swear to God. Listen, I'm being serious here. Liberty Hangout. It has to be loud for all the old folks. Yeah, exactly. To get them stimulated. This is for boomers that jerk off to Caitlin Bennett's Facebook posts. That's what this is, I'm telling you. Look, join up. $64 for a year. What a bargain. Coom, join us. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, there we go. So, can you believe it though? Can you believe how blatant it is? It's absolutely blatant. Like, oh my god, it's so blatant. These are the kind of prices that you see for like a porno site, so I'm told. You know, $15 a month. $15 a month for unrestricted access to Caitlin Bennett's asshole. That's essentially what this is. Okay, let's go back to this video anyway.
Currently having our biggest sale ever for Christmas, and I highly encourage you guys
to
sign up for our annual plan, which you can get at a phenomenal rate.
Oh my god!
Now at libertyhangout.tv. I really wish that I could upload every single video I make to YouTube, but with the way things are going, the majority of my content going forward will likely have to be uploaded at libertyhangout.tv.
There we go.
I've also moved over to Parler and Rumble, and I urge you guys very quickly, go follow us there as well. Unfortunately, YouTube's policy update doesn't just end there, of course. They tell us in plain text what their goal with all of this is. They write, over 70% of recommendations on election-related topics came from authoritative news sources, and the top recommended videos and channels for election-related content were primarily authoritative news. In fact, the top 10 authoritative news channels were recommended...
Oh, sorry, look at this. Sorry to interrupt again. Look at this, though. Look, this is literally it. There's no... It doesn't even say what you're getting. Is that allowed? Is that actually allowed? Does that... It doesn't say what you're getting. Or does it say here, maybe? No, that's just the... Wait. Can you do that?
Only $15 a month to see Caitlyn give both the biggest verbal shits and literal shits. Only the most premium PP bait around.
Hey, Vass, thanks very much for the dollar. Really appreciate it. That's a good meme. No, this is just the merch store. Maybe it says in the loud video. Maybe, but I would have thought you'd have to list what you actually get. I don't know. Anyway, let's watch this video.
Over 14 times more than the top 10 non-authoritative news channels on election-related content. So who exactly do they consider to be an authoritative news source? We have ABC News, USA Today, NBC, Fox News, CBS. Gee, I wonder why they would consider these outlets authoritative.
Okay. Right, there's two parts to this, okay? There's two parts to this, okay? Yeah, Fox News is in there, but they hate Fox News now because they weren't willing to go completely along with the unhinged conspiracy theories that Trump was pushing. So, on the one hand, okay, absolutely, manufacturing consent, the mainstream press is not us on our side, okay? The mainstream press exists to turn our brains into soup, essentially, and, you know, push whatever narrative that needs to be pushed. To put it really, really, really simply, okay? Like super, super simply, right? However, I do think I always try and recognise, though, that although I'm very distrustful of the mainstream press, and I've got a lot of criticisms of the mainstream press, okay, there is some degree of, like, fact-checking that occurs, right? Like, you know, USA Today couldn't just put out a video that is completely fucking false. Right? Like, they couldn't just make something up. They can twist the truth and manipulate things and make it seem a certain way and make it and present facts in a certain way to, you know, manufacture your consent. But there is some level of, you know, what do you call it? What's the word? Yeah, they're held accountable to a degree, yeah? More so than some fucking rando on YouTuber. Like, I could start a YouTube channel tomorrow with an email address, okay? Bang, there I go. I set it up tomorrow, and I could start pumping out videos about Flat Earth if I wanted to. I could start pumping out videos about 9/11 truther stuff. I think that's a good way to put it. So, USA Today is held accountable more than Caitlyn Bennett is. Right? So that's why you have these things as an authoritative news source. Now, is it perfect? Is it absolutely ideal in terms of how I would want it to be? No, obviously not. I don't like the mainstream media or, you know, the liberal media establishment. I'm not a fan of that stuff. But at least there's some modicum of fact-checking and accountability there. So that's why you find that these websites push these to the top, because, you know, there is a bit more oversight there. That's it. Simple as that, you know. However, I do understand that there's obviously the side of manufacturing consent and, you know, the vested interests of these corporate news organisations are not on our side. And you've got to recognise that. But anyway, let's continue.
Surely they would not have an agenda, right? And here's where their policy update gets a little funny. Despite these encouraging results, we recognize that there's always more to do. For example, while problematic misinformation represents a fraction of 1% of what's watched on YouTube in the US, we know we can bring that number down even more. So this misinformation...
Okay, let me ask you a question on this point, actually, right? Let me ask you a question. What do you think, in chat, the primary motivation is for YouTube wanting to reduce misinformation on their platform? What do you think the primary motivator behind that is? And that's true, Johnny. Yeah, of course. She's got her own agenda as well. She's got her own agenda too. Money, 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 money. Money. To push the liberal agenda. To attract advertising revenue. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's my perspective on it too. There isn't this concern. And, you know, you can just think about it this way, right? If they were that concerned about reducing misinformation, why are they not attacking all of the conspiracy theories that exist on their platform? Why are they not going after Flat Earth or 9/11 trutherism or a whole bunch of other stuff, right? is because they can quite comfortably continue to make money on that content without you know, having to pay too much attention to it, having to focus on it too much, right? To enforce radical gender Marxist theory. Because Axe body spray doesn't care if it's advertising on a flat earth video. Yeah, precisely. Precisely. So that's the thing, right? Is like YouTube care about money, power and wealth and money and acquiring more of it. That's the main things they're concerned about. And anything else is a side effect of that, you know. Now, of course, there are going to be individuals within YouTube that probably do care. Like, there's some individual actors within there that probably are concerned about this stuff and are worried about misinformation, etc., etc. But again, I'm not really concerned about what the individuals within YouTube are doing. It's about the power structure and the system that exists that exerts its influence over society, you know. So yeah. Anyway, listen, if you're a YouTube manual checker and you're listening to this and I end up putting this on YouTube, please don't demonetize my video for criticizing you, okay? I do love you in some ways. I've got a love-hate relationship with you. Let's put it that way, okay? Let's put it that way. I'm very thankful for the opportunity you provided me, for the crumbs you've given me from the master's table, okay? And I'm desperately begging for more crumbs right now. Anyway, let's continue.
They call it, is so dangerous to our democracy that they have to outright ban it. Yet it only makes up a fraction of 1% of what's watched on YouTube? That's like cutting celery out of your diet because you're getting fat. But you know what's really ironic about all of this? Who were the ones misleading people about the outcome of the 2016 election? Oh, it was NBC, ABC News, CNN, CBS News, PBS, MSNBC, The Washington Post, The New York Times, and all of the other mainstream media outlets. Yet how many of their videos...
Wait a second. I think we're comparing apples and oranges here, okay? Because when Donald Trump won the election, the mainstream press reported that he was the president. Like, that was it. They reported he was the president-elect. Now, there was some criticism, and I'm no expert on the Russiagate stuff, so I don't want to speak too much to that, okay? I don't want to speak too much to that. However, like, I think to say that these two are the same things is very different. There wasn't an effort from like the Democrats and Hillary Clinton to try and overturn the results of the election. There wasn't endless attempts at court cases. There wasn't all this accusation of actual voter fraud that occurred. It was simply pointed out that it seems that Russia had some sort of influence one way or another on the results of the election. But there wasn't an effort to overturn it. So those two things are not really the same thing. Yeah, exactly. Donald Trump won shiftily isn't Biden lost if you count the votes. Yeah, they're very different statements that are being made there. So the fact that she's trying to like equivocate the two is very dishonest, I think, here. Okay, what's this? Only important thing to know about Russiagate was that it was about Russian content farms posting pro-Trump propaganda, but they didn't do anything else. Righties love to spin this as Dems being delusional about Russia, literally tampering the election as a straw man. Yeah, so I think that like it makes me think of Brexit and big data and how big data was used in Brexit in order to capture voters and influence voters, etc. So yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm Russian and this shit about the 2016 election seems crazy to me. Anyway, let's continue the video.
Videos did YouTube take down for the lies they told about Russian meddling in the 2016 election? 0. But let's trust these same outlets to definitely tell us the truth about what
this is just a false equivalence. The content farms exist. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. This is just like a false equivalency that she's doing here, because these two things are not the same at all. Despite how much they want to tell you that it is, they're just not the same. Like,
happened in this election, right? With this, we need to start saying goodbye to YouTube since they said goodbye to us a long time ago. Join us over at libertyhangout.tv to watch Caitlin Bennett Uncensored, where I can freely tell you all of my thoughts about the election, about the lockdowns, and about any number of topics that social media doesn't let me express an opinion about. You can also directly support my work at patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett to gain access to my private Facebook group and help me keep
my private Facebook group. This is for boomers. I'm telling you. I know it. I know it. This is for boomer coomers. I fucking told you. I fucking know what it is, okay? I fucking know what it is. It's all those fucking old dudes that comment about Caitlin Bennett's tits. They want to get them into a private Facebook group. They think they're going to be, you know, getting secret pics and jerking it to Caitlin Bennett all day. Meanwhile, it's just going to be Liberty Hangout spreading, you know, election fraud propaganda, turning their brains into soup. That's what this is. Yeah, yes, it's like a non-nude OnlyFans.
Covering events and keep bringing security with me every
Now look,
time
listen, just to be clear, okay? Look, just to be clear, because I know what I'm saying sounds like it might be a bit misogynistic, okay? Now look, I speak about, you know, women covering stuff all the time. I don't normally make these kind of comments and stuff like that. The reason I do with Caitlin Bennett is because she plays into it and she plays on that. Right? Like, you go and look at her Facebook posts. I mean, you just looked at her website. You know? It looked a little bit like an OnlyFans. And that's, listen, I don't mind, you know, that sort of thing. But my point is, it's the dishonesty that she goes about it with. That's the issue that I've got. And she's the kind of person that will criticise, you know, sex workers and so on. Meanwhile, she's doing exactly the same fucking shit. It's very hypocritical. I mean, look at this. This is the fucking opening image that you get. Are you telling me? Look, this looks like a fucking OnlyFans. Does it not? But just be honest about it. Just be real about it. Then let her, so what? No, it's hypocritical. No, it's hypocritical. Looks like an 80s VHS tape. It's hypocritical, so I'm pointing it out. Anyway, let's continue.
Film. It is so crucial to be out there supporting President Trump, but I can't do it without your support. And make sure you follow Liberty Hangout over on Rumble and follow me on Parler at KateMarieOX. The country as we know it no longer exists. It's up to us to come up with ways to keep living freely and not let the communists win. Unfortunately, we know the truth about these matters.
Yeah, exactly. She shits on sex workers all the time. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, exactly my point. She condemns women for acting in a certain way and acting in this, that, and the other. And then she's doing the same shit herself to attract the boomer coomers. That's the hypocrisy. It's fucking obvious.
But sometimes you're still forced to wear them. Go to shopfreedommask.com. It helps support my work. We have so many. This is the best seller for people who are forced to wear a mask but still want to send a message while they're being...
Oh my God. Worn by force, not by fear. Jesus Christ. Such a grift.
Forced to. Shopfreedommask.com. As you guys notice, I got hands put on me, a couple people trying to touch the camera or whatever. That's why I have these guys. They handled it very well. The only way I can get them is if you support me at patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett, even just $5 a month. That's where your money goes, and I'm proving it right here. Promises made, promises kept. Patreon.com/Caitlin Bennett. Thank you for your support. Go to libertyhangout.tv right now to watch Caitlin Bennett Uncensored. Not only will you get to watch exclusive content from me, but you'll get to say...
Okay, listen. Banana Man, you're right. Okay? I've taken the bitch pill. I'm now a misogynist. And I will not be taking any more questions.
You stood for the truth, you stood against radical leftism, and you stood up for America. When you visit libertyhangout.com/store, you are not only supporting the Liberty Hangout team, but you become part of the team.
What's all this? Why is it so fancy? Oh my god. You've just joined. Listen, if you don't like the content, fuck off. I don't care. Look at this. What the fuck's this? I actually quite like stuff like this, like ironically. Do you know what I mean?
Visit right now and you can get exclusive t-shirts, hats, posters, and more that supports our work. But more importantly, supports our cause. When you purchase a shirt from the Liberty Hangout store, you become a symbol of freedom to those around you. Visit libertyhangout.org/store to get your merchandise today.
Jesus Christ, it's all a grift. What's the meme? It's a grift, always has been. There we go. There we go. Liberty Hangout. The grift continues. What will happen next? We'll find out next time. Oh, it's been a little while since I've covered Liberty Hangout, actually. But yeah, there we go. 75% adverts, 20% content, 5% tits and ass. Damn it, I can't go anywhere without hyper-partisans trying to blame anything they can. Admit how much you like each other and get a room already, freaking righties and lefties. What kind of 90 IQ having idiots submit to a two-party political system to begin with? I mean, first of all, I'm not fucking American. Okay, you fucking brainlet. So that's point number one. Point number two, I have criticisms of both parties because I don't really like either of them. Oh my god. What are you talking about? What's all the fucking brainlets in chat? Listen, I tell you what, the more you accuse me of misogyny, the more misogynistic I'm going to become, okay? If you continue to criticise me for being a misogynist, it will fuel the misogyny further, okay? So just bear that in mind, okay? I'm just warning you now. I'm warning you now, okay? Listen, Banana Man, okay? I'm warning you, that's all I'm saying. The incel arc is incoming. Hypocrisy on the left strikes again. It's just funny how people come in here and like, I don't even fucking know who they are. They're not even a regular. And they start hyper-focusing on one thing I say. What the fuck's that about? Just chill, okay? Listen, I say some things that are a bit spicy sometimes. It is what it is. Just relax. It'll be fine, okay? Just relax. It'll be alright. And if it's that much of a problem for you, you know what to do. What's this? Anyone who says happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas deported! Whoa! That's a spicy take. What's that about? Why do you people always pretend to be black? What do you mean, you people? Who's this guy? Wait, is this dude the one that runs the account? Oh my god. Wait, I recognise this motherfucker. I've seen him in a meme before. Wait. Wait. Libertarian. What's that thing where like where American school kids go to their school fair and they put the boards up and it's got like words on it. What's it called? Is it like a school fair or something? Do you know what I mean? Like a science fair. Is that it? I fucking recognise this motherfucker, I swear to God. I swear to fucking God! Okay, this is the guy's name, Michael Fiel. I swear to fucking God I recognise this dude from a meme! Oh my God, this is so annoying. I swear he's in a fucking meme and he's talking about gun control or something. I don't fucking know what this is. Michael, yeah, the name's a little bit unfortunate considering what he does for work. Fuck, I'm sure of it. No. Oh well, I guess we'll have to move on. Fuck, I'm sure of it. Okay, listen, I'm sorry. I can't remember. Meme extraordinaire. Anyone that calls themselves a meme extraordinaire is a fucking cringe lord, okay? Cringe lord indeed. Okay, let's move on anyway. I've finished talking about that now. I've finished being misogynistic, okay? Maybe next time I'll be even more misogynistic.